Right now, the music of our Friday live guest. You could say that, it's something of a surprise hit in Europe. The surprise part might come from the fact that her music doesn't follow typical pop styles. The hit part, that's because the music has both a striking beauty and a seductive power. I am talking about Agnes Obel. She is an artist from Denmark with a dramatic piano and string-driven sound. It's grown out of a life that is steeped in music. Her mother was a pianist, her father a collector of instruments, and they introduced Agnes to classical composers and gave her an intensive music education. She played in some bands at home and then relocated to Berlin, where she found her voice as a solo artist. Her 2010 debut record, Philharmonics, took off in Europe, 5 times platinum in Denmark, platinum in Belgium, France, and gold in the Netherlands. It also swept the Danish Music Awards. She is now back with her sophomore record, Aventine. It's a stunner. Today, I am very pleased to welcome Agnes Obel to Studio Q to perform live from it. Agnes, hello.
Hello.
She's sort of peeking at me from behind the giant piano over there. Hi! You are here to start us off with a song from the album. What are you going to perform first?
We're gonna play Aventine.
So the title track. All right, take it away. just absolutely beautiful. Agnes, thank you very much.
Thanks.
Whew. Agnes Obel with the title track from her latest record, Aventine. She was on piano and lead vocals, Mika Posen on violin and backing vocals, Ann Mueller on cello and backing vocals as well. And you'll be back for more of a chat and more music later. Wow. Absolutely fantastic. But first, Berlin-based Danish musician Agnes Obel is our Friday live guest today. Her latest record, Aventine, is out now. She performed the title track for us in our last half hour, and she is back with me here in Studio Q. Hello, Agnes.
Hello.
What are you going to perform for us now?
I'm gonna play a song called The Curse.
All right, let's hear it. Performing the song The Curse from her latest record, Aventine. That is Agnes Obel. She was on piano and lead vocals, Mika Posen on violin and backing, and Ann Mueller on cello and backing vocals. I feel surrounded in sound. I'm being hugged by sound right now. That's beautiful.
Thank you.
Tell me a little bit about, I mentioned earlier that you grew up in a very musical household. What was your house like growing up?
Yeah, I guess it was, I don't know. I think it was normal. That was how I grew up, it just...
But what were you like, I guess, from a musical perspective? What were your musical aspirations when you were younger?
I don't think I really had any. I was just, I was very curious about music, and but I never thought of it sort of professionally, actually. That was something I got into in my teens, my late teens.
And actually, your first album wasn't released until you were 30, Philharmonics, right? So is that why it took you so long in a way?
Well, I have been working on other projects before, and other bands and things. So yeah, I guess my time was used with that. And then when I moved to Berlin, I suddenly had a lot of time, and I felt like I should work on a solo project.
Were you surprised, or were you ready for the success of your first album, Philharmonics?
No.
Okay. How did you react?
Well, it was... in the beginning, I was just hoping to get it released in Denmark, because I'm from Denmark. Mm-hmm. And then I was living in Berlin, so I was hoping to get it released in Berlin too, or in Germany. And then I was lucky to get it on a European label, and they released it in all of Europe. And then, so it was like sort of step by step, but it was all the time like, wow, I can't believe it.
Does that affect you when you're getting ready to write your second album, which is similar but different? It's more melodic in a way, maybe, this album, do you think?
I don't know. It's there's more strings, I guess.
You're so basic in your approach, though, but the music is so complex.
Yeah. Well, I also find it simple. I try to make it simple. I like simplicity in music. I like if you can make something. We are only playing 3 people right now, and I like that you can make something hopefully dynamic and powerful with just a few ingredients, a few instruments.
Well, one of the techniques that you use in that song in particular is a cello technique called colenio.
Mm-hmm. Colenio, yeah.
Colenio. Explain what that was.
Colenio is when you hit with the bow on the strings, the backside of the bow on the strings.
All right, let's have a quick hear of that. And why? What was it about that sound that attracted you for this album?
I just like when you hear, how versatile the cello is. Like how many you can make so amazing sounds on a cello, like beats, like the colenio, and it can be like a voice or it can be like a pulse. Yeah. The
heartbeat of your song.
Yeah, exactly.
One last question before, and you'll be back again to go later. But in that song and in a number of songs on this album, you talk about winter. Why winter? Because most of us here are sick of the darn thing. Is it a season you like?
Actually, I like autumn very much. Mm-hmm. Maybe because I'm born in October, but I don't know. It just sometimes I feel like it's interesting to use nature in music. It seems somehow connected.
There's a beautiful line actually in that song where you talk about even though it's snowy, the grass is growing and heading towards the sky. So there's hope at the end of that one, I guess. Agnes, thank you very, very much.
Yeah, thanks.
That's our Friday Live guest today, Agnes Obel. Aventine is the name of her latest record. Absolutely stunning. She will be back with another song later on in the show. And today we have been joined by Denmark's Agnes Obel as our Friday Live guest. Aventine is the name of her latest record, which is out now. Already played a couple of amazing tunes from this one. And she joins me again here in Studio Q. So Agnes, you are going to perform a final song for us, and then you come over and join me for a little bit of a chat. What song are you going to close out with?
Gonna play a song called Dorian.
All right. Do you want to tell me a little bit about this song before, or should we just listen?
Oh, not before. That's all good.
Okay, good. Let's have a listen to Dorian.
pieces broken, the people want to move. And the rocket wheel is turning another round. Dorian, carry on. Will you come along to the end? Will you ever let us carry on? Swaying like the children, sing all out for praise. Inside out in the open, with the straightest face. As I said, I once spoke with Mr. Chance. The final dying joke caught in hands. And the rocket wheel is turning another round. Dorian, carry on. Will you come along to the end? Will you ever let us carry on? Dorian, carry on. Will you come along to the end? Will you ever let us carry on? Dorian, will you follow this time?
Wow. Performing the song Dorian from her latest record Aventine, that was Agnes Obel. Agnes, I'm going to call you over. Okay, she's heading over here to the table, the Q table, and I'll mention that she was on piano and lead vocals. Also, Mika Posen on violin and backing vocals, and Anne Mueller on cello and backing vocals. Beautiful.
Thank you.
Do you know how beautiful your music sounds? Do you like to listen to it? Do you put it on in the car when you're on your way to gigs?
No.
It's just stunning. And you've said elsewhere that sounds interest you and that you were kind of tired of singing after your first album, Philharmonic. What is it about the instrumentation that pulls you back for this album?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm very much sort of driven by sound and sounds in general. Also, when I write lyrics, maybe because English is not my first language, so I also really listen to it musically. Yeah, I like that somehow.
When you compose, then, do you think of your voice as an instrument? In other words, is it tonal for you?
Yeah, I use a lot of time on trying to sort of make the voice and the instrument sort of work together, and not so much just about this voice on top of an instrumentation.
So then, I guess my question would be about the lyrics. So, for example, in Dorian, the one you just played, there you do have wordplay. There's a play on carrion and carry on going on. How important are the words for you when you're working out your lyrics? What messages are you trying to put in as well?
Well, I think I've been working a lot with memory and trying to sort of reconstruct memories I had of something. I did that on the previous album. And on this album and this song, I've tried to sort of sustain a certain state of mind that I was experiencing at that time, and then trying to sort of invoke that with the music, but also the lyrics.
What was that time for you then?
And it was a difficult time, actually. Yeah.
Which might explain the wordplay in that one as well. Well, in fact, this might be the song you were talking about in particular then, because I read somewhere that, I mean, obviously classical music is a big inspiration for you, but you had said somewhere that Roy Orbison was an inspiration for this album, which might seem a bit odd for people to hear that on the top. What did you mean by that?
I think I wanted to see if I could write love songs. And trying to do this similar thing as Roy Orbison, and sort of, lingering on certain moods and hopefully, because what I think he's so good at, Roy Orbison, is making these beautiful, perfect pop songs, 50, 60 pop songs. But then there's this edge of something surreal in it as well, and I love that. And I don't know why his music has that and other music from this time doesn't, but maybe it's because it's so much his own. I don't know how you say that in English. It's idiosyncratic.
Yeah, definitely. So would this be a song where you're doing that? It's bittersweet, obviously, a song like this. And the mood of this, much of this album, actually, I think the mood is quite bittersweet in this one. Was that conscious?
I think it's... Actually, I wanted to make an upbeat album.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'm not disagreeing with you on that one. I see there are upbeat songs and stuff. But don't you find that? But it's melancholy. Part of that has to do with the low strings and the low basses, and even where your voice is and where you're playing in the piano range is a little bit like that, isn't it?
Yeah. It just ended up like that, basically.
So this is your happy side. Are you guys worried? Okay, good. No, it's beautiful music, though. We talked a little bit in the last, about half an hour ago, chatting about the success that you have seen in Europe in particular with the first album and with this album as well. What are you hoping, coming to a place where, as you said, English isn't your first language, but it's an English language album. What are you hoping North Americans experience when they hear this or come see you in concert?
Oh, I don't know. Well, I hope, that somehow we are able to, get the stories of the songs out. And that's sort of the main thing I think of when we play and perform the songs. And then I guess it's extra special to play in Canada because I play with Mika, who's Canadian.
From Timber Timbre, right? Yes. Do you want to wear my hockey jersey after? We were watching the curling earlier too, the men winning a gold medal. So just so you know that there is that stuff. And is it special? I mean, these guys back you up on the albums as well,
yeah,
right?
They do. Yeah.
So have you been to Canada before?
Yeah, I have. 2 years ago, I opened for Timber Timbre.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So now you're flipping things around a little bit.
Well, I borrowed Mika, basically.
You stole her. You came here and you raided the violinist from a Canadian band.
Pretty much.
This is going to cause we thought Denmark and Canada were fighting over Greenland and the Northwest Passage. It's really over our violinists.
It's actually Mika Posen.
Thank you very much for coming in and performing for us today. It is an absolutely fantastic album, and these guys are a huge part of it.
Thanks.
Thank you very much. That is Agnes Obel. She has been here today performing as our Friday live guest. Her latest record, Aventine, is out now from Pious Records, distributed by Sony in Canada. She performs at the Great Hall in Toronto tonight, Burnstown, Ontario tomorrow. She's in Wakefield, Quebec on Sunday with dates in Montreal and Quebec City next week. For more information, you can visit agnesobel.com. So that's AGNESOBEL.com. and she has been with me live here, a total treat in Studio Q.